This is Dennis Black, and this is your sales tip of the week, April 21st, 2020. As you look at the challenge we mentioned last week of visiting our target Category 2 Realtor relationships to reactivate them with those 5 simple questions that we discussed to get awareness of what their issues are today from not only a social but a business point of view, and then more importantly, look at the strategy they're going to implement in the balance of Q2 and heading into 2020 second half. We now have formulated our plan to try and get those agents on board. Now we can focus our energy on the latter half of June going into July on those Category 3 new agents that we have not had the ability to work with due to a variety of factors in 2020. It could be we didn't get to them in the first quarter like we had hoped to due to the COVID-19 situation, and or many of us may have found ourselves busy with refinances and not pursued new agents to go after. That's very understandable in our business climate. But as we look at now adding some new agents and replacing ones that we felt as we did our analysis would not be the ones we want to go to battle with in the second half of 2020, we now have to figure out, what do we do? How do we get to them, and what should our approach be? With the mentioned selling strategy of using current existing Category 1 quality base of client realtors that we work with, asking them for referrals to Category 3 customers to pursue, we now have a valid reason to secure an appointment for anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. The strength of the referral guides you to getting the appointment. And with that referral, we now have a qualified listing audience. Once we engage with them, it's very important to break an interview into 3 segments. The first segment is to get to know the individual. Know what's important to them, how they chose to get into our industry, how long they've been in the business, and most importantly, key factors that have led to their success in the beginning of their career or throughout their entire real estate career. Then we get into their clientele, understanding how they generate their buyers and sellers, what type of customers they work with, property types that they sell, average sales price they're involved with, and more importantly, loans that their clients are currently choosing. Then we have a critical question that we ask in our interview. Do they actively get involved in discussing financing with their customer? This is called the fork in the road question, where we now determine, is the agent more product-oriented or are they service-oriented? As we see an evolution in realtors today, they're becoming more and more product-aware due to the fact their clients want them to be product-aware. So that shifts our focus as we head into the third section of the interview, what's called the lender section. In this section, there are 5 core questions you always need to remember to ask. 1, and the foundation of how they choose their lenders, is what do they look for in a lending partner? When you get that answer, remember it will be from a general point of view. They'll want good service, communication, availability, etc. You have to clarify those generalities by asking a question that gets to the nuts and bolts of what they mean when they say good service, quality communication, availability. Break down the exact components that they look for when they work with a lending partner. Then find out who you're playing the game against by asking question 2, who do you currently refer your clients to? And question 3, what do you like about those lenders? To validate the depth of the relationship, you go to question 4. What percentage of business do those different lenders get when you refer your clients out? Know who gets what piece of the pie. And then we get to a critical question in the entire interview, question 5 in the lender section. If you could improve anything with your current lenders, what would you possibly improve? If they give you a variety of answers on things that could be improved, you have your game plan right in front of you from your entire questioning process to know what to recommend and strategies to suggest to the realtor to establish a partnership. If they go, I can't think of changing anything, they are what is called classically indifferent. We've reviewed previously how to deal with non-buying attitudes, but in our session next week, we'll give you exactly the questions to ask when a realtor is indifferent to change. More importantly, when they're looking at you as a financial source and they think maybe now's not the time to change my current lenders because we're heading into an unknown situation. I'll give you the strategy to deal with that if the client, your realtor, is indifferent next week in our selling tips. Good luck and good selling, and we'll finish off this section next week, getting you ready for May and how to do more business with more aggressive borrowers. Good luck and good selling.